today's short, brief little episode is going to be on creating a table for outside for the summertime. Frankly, for any time of the year, it is so much fun to create a space that just encourages memories. And part of that is setting a table. You know, we recently got a new table. We had the Amish build them. They do such a beautiful job, and our prior table had just fallen apart. So I have a new table with which to work on. And let me tell you what I usually do. So I love to grab texture for my placemats, and these are straw. I have leather. I mean, you could do colorful, but I love to keep a very neutral base. It's just my personality. And I start with a lot of white dishes. Like pretty much year round, my dishes are white. So I bring out the white dishes. I've got the white linen napkins. I mean, if you check in my house, I have black linen napkins, I have gray, I have all sorts of color, but there's something fresh and clean and beautiful for summertime that only white can do. Then I bring out these really fun blue glasses. I got these years, maybe 20 years ago. I got them at a garage sale, and they have been one of my favorite little finds because they add just a hint of color. And then in the centerpiece, first of all, I never do anything high because you want to see across the table to whoever you're talking with. And I like to do things in odd numbers. Right now, I have 3 different boxwoods down my table. And for water, I've got these are from the High West Distillery in Park City. My family lives, a lot of them live in Park City, so we love collecting their blue bottles. I fill these with water. Again, it adds color. The next thing that adds a lot of color is lemons. Put fruit on the edge of every single cup. It just adds color. You can go to your garden, you can go to Trader Joe's, put together a really fun little containers of flowers. I just tend to keep things super simple. All right, here we go. The next thing you can do, I brought this from inside of my house, but it's mint. And then a sprig of lavender. You can take mint, pop it in each glass. Again, layering texture, layering color, not to mention it just tastes fabulous. But I'm growing mint all over my property. I just love it, and then I can actually dry it for the winter for tea. So there's my mint suggestion. Now I want to give you another suggestion. If you're not serving a meal and you just think, I'm going to serve individual, charcuterie boards where people can build their own little board. You could have your own giant charcuterie board. These are not expensive. You can get small boards on Amazon where they get to create their own board. It just takes the place of a plate, and it's kind of fun. You know, you hand each person their own board. They get to make it with their own crackers, their own cheeses, their own, whatever it is. So I've got tons of these. And then the final thing I want to share, given the fact that we are constantly hosting kids. We have 5 kids ourselves, so we always have kids. I can't tell you how many of these small trays that we have. I got them at a restaurant supply store. Because kids are going to take this out to the basketball court. They're going to take it down to the fire pit. You never know. They don't want to sit and eat at a table, but it just provides something that's a little more fun. They feel like they're, maybe back in school, but they're a small tray and they're a great option, and they're not expensive. I'll tell you what, one of my favorite things, and I'm going to say it even though it's not for this season, but I buy lots of furs to put down on my chairs for when fall comes. So now's the time to buy them to just get ready for the fall. And next, I'm going to show you what we love to do every summer, fall, winter, spring. It doesn't even matter. And it's this way to our fire pit. So let me tell you about fire pits. I'm passionate about fire pits. If you were to ask me my favorite smell, it is firewood in the winter in the middle of the woods out west. So when we moved into this house, actually, I'm going to take you back a little bit. When we first started having kids, I think at the time we might have had the first 4. They were all under 5 years. It was crazy. We were not thinking about future. Bob and I were literally living day to day to day. One of our neighbors said, Ruth and Bob, one of the least expensive, most memorable, memory-creating thing that we have bought in our marriage has been a fire pit. And we were like, what are you talking about? And they said, trust us, build a fire pit. Your family will gather around it. Everyone who comes to your house will gather around it. You can read as a family. it will make more memories than almost anything else you do. So every house we've had, we have put a fire pit in. We also have the kinds you can move around. So on this property, I think we have 3. But it has become one of my very favorite things. On this particular one, it's larger than the ones we've done in the past. We had a gas line connected to it so that my husband didn't have to build it with newspaper every single time, but we could light it with gas, turn the gas off, and the wood is going. There's so many different ways you can do it, but I highly suggest a fire pit. And then lastly, for outdoor entertaining, it's important to have games for all ages. I mean, from kids to adults, teenagers. Here's some suggestions we had. We made ourselves a half-court basketball court, and we did that because there was no place. We only had a dirt gravel driveway. There was no place for everybody to ride their little bikes on, so we did a half court. We've since then turned it into also a pickleball court. There's foursquare. We've done tetherball. We have croquet. We have bocce. My husband built a huge zip line that goes across the entire property. You have to be harnessed into. I mean, football. You'll see us on Sundays before we, snack on our favorite football treats. You'll see us playing flag football out here. So make sure you create things that not only your kids are going to do, but the adults are going to do with the kids. I can't tell you how important it is to get out here for the kids to be able to watch or parents to watch their kids, but also participate in making memories. So I wish you luck, create that outdoor space, and invite some families over. Have a great day.